Pelicans are in such a weird situation right now. They recently fired their president of basketball operations, David Griffin. It was a little bit of a surprising move. They have a ton of talent right now. They're going to have a top 6 pick in the NBA draft, but it feels like they're still multiple tiers below some of the top teams in the West. They also hired Joe Dumars to be their head executive, who helped build that 2004 championship team with the Detroit Pistons. He also took Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in that 2003 draft. And he was in the NBA's league office, and now he's transitioning back into a more front office role in the NBA. And yeah, this team has a lot of talent, but last year they traded for DeJounte Murray. Dyson Daniels breaks out this year. Murray's going to miss most of next year, and that trade definitely hurts a little bit to look back on. Zion was incredible when he played this year, but only played in 30 games, and can you rely on his health going forward? Murphy looked great this year. McCollum looks solid, but is getting up there in age. Herb Jones had a banged up year. Messi looked promising for a rookie, but yeah, this season was a disaster. They traded away Brandon Ingram multiple years too late. They didn't get good enough value back, in my opinion. They got a future Pacers pick, not gonna have a lot of value. Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk, really not a lot to get excited about from that trade. And shout out to the Timberwolves beating the Pacers in the NBA Finals. And I do have a scenario that I've been using because I know Start Today is broken. It's on my community tab. Just go to my channel, go to posts, and you can see exactly what save I'm going to be using today, as we are going to override the LeBron, Chris Paul, and Al Horford retirements. And yeah, like I said, this team, it has a lot of talent, but can they become a top team in the Western Conference? I'm still TBD if I'm going to trade Zion or not. It's tough because, man, it's going to hurt so much if you trade Zion and you take a little bit of a hit in value in the return package just because of his health. And then he goes to a different team and he's consistently healthy now that the injuries are behind him, and he's one of the more dominating players in the NBA. Still 25 years old. He plays like a top 15 player when he's healthy, but a lot is going to be reliant on this 2025 draft lottery. We have the 4th best odds at the #1 overall pick. All right, so we do not drop to the 8th overall pick. That's the Brooklyn Nets, man. A year that they should have bottomed out, they end up with 8. I'm going to be doing a Nets rebuild very soon. So Philly's pick drops to 7, so they're not able to keep it. I think that's going to mean we're going to drop from 4 to 6. And that is the case. Damn, that is brutal luck here in the lottery. Because what if this team gets Cooper Flag? Do they pull an Anthony Davis Zion with Zion and Cooper Flag, or do they try to build around Trey Murphy, Flag, and Zion? There's a lot of different possibilities. The Jazz win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. The Kings, oh my God, they jumped from like 13 to 2. I don't think they're going to have that type of luck on draft night, but that's kind of incredible for a team that also has like no direction right now. I know Willie Green is still the head coach at the moment I'm recording this. I'm thinking about firing him and just promoting James Borrego to the head coaching job, but I do think he was dealt a bad hand. I may give him one more year because coaches get fired all the time, and it's nice to have some continuity. And I don't think he's like the worst coach in the world either, but I don't know if I'm also going to like bottom out next year. We have the 6th overall pick. We have this Pacers top 3 protected pick in 26. We have a swap best with the Bucks, which is also kind of nice in 26 and 7 from that Drew Holiday trade. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to move CJ McCollum right now. I don't know if I'm going to move Zion Williamson. I don't think I'd be selling at a high point of DeJounte Murray's value. So Cooper Flag ends up going 1, Ace Bailey to the Kings, Dylan Harper to the Raptors, Con Knipple to the Wizards. He goes 4th overall. Okay. Number 5 is Noah Essengay. Wow, he goes high. So VJ Edgecombe is still on the board. So is Kaman Maluach, and this team does need a center. Trey Johnson's on the board as well. But I think I'm going to go with VJ Edgecombe, and he could be my long-term shooting guard on this team. I think he's a really good defender, a really good connecting piece and complementary piece to maybe Zion Williamson, maybe Trey Murphy going forward. I also like Karl Matkovic as a piece for them. He's actually been a nice floor spacing big for them. He was a late 2nd rounder in the 2022 draft, and he's not the best center in the world, but they definitely felt the loss of Jonas Valanciunas this year. They just did not have consistent big man play. Either it was like Jeremiah Robinson Earl, it was Yves Missi, it was Daniel Tice. It just wasn't pretty. Jordan Hawkins also didn't take a step forward with his development. Obviously he was banged up this year, but the efficiency wasn't great. They did sign Brandon Boston to a long-term deal. I think that's going to be it. We are going to have a little bit of money to work with here in free agency. I mean, Mo Wagner, if I can get him, that would be, I think, a huge pickup for us. Can I give him a 3-year deal? Bang, there we go. And I'm also going to bring back Bruce Brown for a lot cheaper than what he was making currently. And I just don't think they got a good return in that Brown trade. And I also think like the Raptors, like they didn't get equal value for Pascal Siakam. And I don't know what other moves I'm going to make. I mean, if this team at full strength could be a playing tournament team, I'm not shocked. And we're going to have like $30 million off the books with McCollum next year. I mean, Murray still has a couple more years. Murphy's contract extension kicks in. Could this team also look to trade Herb Jones this offseason? Like, we do have a plethora of wings, and I may be able to sell him at a like a high point, but he's banged up this year. 2K also doesn't love Herb Jones, but I don't think I'm going to trade him right now. Maybe that comes next offseason. So player progression, Zion is a 90 overall, DeJounte Murray at an 84, Murphy goes down, McCollum goes down, no shocker there, Kelly Olynyk goes down as well, and I don't think I'm going to re-sign McCollum right now. Like, maybe that's something we do next offseason, and I think getting Mo Wagner was actually a really good pickup for us since I didn't draft a center. So it's going to be Murray as the one. I think we're going to transition McCollum into a six-man role. It's going to be Murray, Jones, Murphy, Zion, and maybe Mo Wagner. I think Mo and Yves can get around 24 minutes a night apiece. I think we can go about 22 to CJ McCollum off the bench. I'd like to see Matt Kovic get a couple minutes as well. I'm not sure if Brandon Boston is going to play with this team fully healthy because I want to get Edgecombe in here about 15 minutes a night as a rookie, and then those will go up throughout the year, and I want to give Hawkins about 15 minutes a night. And it's funny because, like, the Brandon Ingram trade pieces, Olynyk and Bruce Brown, I don't even think are going to crack the rotation right now. Actually, to start off the year, I don't think I'm going to play Matt Kovic or Alvarado. It's just, I'd rather play some of these other guys. So let's go 32 to Murray. Let's go 30 to Jones. I want to go 36 to Murphy and Zion. We can keep the 24 split between Misi and Wagner. And then I do have about 6 more minutes here. I guess I should get Alvarado in the rotation at least. We are 3.5 star balanced under Willie Green. We'll stick with that. And hopefully this could be a big year for Trey Murphy to capitalize on what he did in the 2025 season when he was healthy. So we start off the season 0-3. I mean, I do see the Pelicans bad sometimes in the 2026 season. Yeah, Trey Murphy off to a brutal start. Zion's off to an elite start. All right, so we're not like bottoming out this year by any means. We are 28-25. I said we're probably going to be a playing tournament team, and that's what we are right now. DeJounte Murray putting up pretty similar DeJounte Murray numbers as you would expect. Solid at the rim, not the best shooter in the world, good free throw shooter, can get his assists, rebounds, and steals, as Herb Jones is the starting 2 still. I told you, 2K does not like Herb Jones a lot. I think I have to lower his 3-point shooting tendency, as Trey Murphy's not as good as he was last year, but it's still a solid player for us. We got Zion at the 4, averaging about 24 points a night, still trying to monitor his workload. And there is Mo Wagner, averaging 12.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 44, 31, 82 splits. There's Yves Misi, 9 points, 9 rebounds, 54% from the field. CJ McCollum, 10 points, 45% from the field, 37% from 3. And then there's Edgecombe, who I'd like to get more minutes over time as well. So I think at the deadline, I definitely don't want to be a buyer. Like, I'm not trading any young, valuable assets. I thought about maybe moving Jordan Hawkins. I actually don't mind trying to re-sign Hawkins on this deal right now. Beat the market. It's actually a really good deal. 3 years, $27 million for Jordan Hawkins. I'll take that, and that could still be included in a trade. I don't think I'm going to find a McCollum trade at the deadline for $30 million. Mo Wagner for us has been like 31% from 3. I mean, it's not the best in the world. I just don't know like what type of move I would make at the deadline. Honestly, like Olynyk's a free agent, but I can probably get him back on the minimum. McCollum's a free agent. I don't even know if I'm going to bring him back in general. When I re-sign Boston right now, he probably doesn't even want to re-sign with us anyway. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to make any trades. All right, so Wemby just won MVP in 2026. Year 3 in the league winning MVP is kind of crazy. Cooper Flagg is your rookie of the year. Josh Giddey, 6th man over there in Portland. Wemby wins DPOY. Trey Jackson-Davis most improved, and Ant is your clutch player of the year. The only person that we can get on an All-NBA team would be Zion Williamson, and we get him on All-NBA 3rd team, which I think would start to make Zion Supermax eligible, which is kind of crazy. And we did get VJ Edgecombe, unfortunately, on all-rookie 2nd team. Hopefully he does have a larger role next year. I do think he's going to be our starting shooting guard. Even if Herb Jones is on the team, he's probably going to be more of a bench role. So we are a playing tournament team. We went 40-42, which is a little bit disappointing. Not the best second half in the world. And we're taking on the Grizzlies in the first leg of the playing tournament. Yeah, the Grizzlies, I mean, they've had just kind of a disappointing season in general, or I guess disappointing few couple of years since like them being a 2 seed in 2022 and in 2023. So let's see, are we going to beat the Grizzlies here? I think if the Bucks are bad, like we could end up getting a good draft pick, and the Bucks are not even a playing tournament team. All right, so we should have a solid pick here regardless in the 2026 draft, since it is a swap best with Milwaukee. Yeah, that means we're going to get something kind of nice there, but I would like to make the playoffs since we're going to get a lottery pick. We are going to lose to the Memphis Grizzlies 131-116. Trey Murphy had 27. Zion only took 12 shots and was not in foul trouble either. We're going to be taking on the Sacramento Kings here in the second leg of the playing tournament. Let's not lose to them, please. All right, so we go out 39-22 in the first quarter. We do have a much worse second quarter. Are you kidding me, man? Are we really going to blow this? All right, so we're not even going to make the playoffs. That's kind of embarrassing. Willie Green, the fact that we couldn't get 2 playoff wins, or 2 wins in 2 games, or 1 win in 2 games, excuse me, in the playing tournament, I think I got to move in a different direction. So Wemby is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Halliburton in the East, and the Spurs end up winning in 5, and Wemby gets MVP and Finals MVP in the same season, which is really incredible. And Al Horford gets a 2nd ring on his resume. Yeah, that's going to cement his Hall of Fame legacy even more. notable retirements in the staff department. Kenny Atkinson, Billy Donovan, and Will Hardy. You got Chris Paul, LeBron, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook all going to the Hall of Fame as well. And we are going to have the projected 5th overall pick in this draft. I watched it unfold last year and we dropped. Let's simulate this and hopefully we get some luck. And nope, we also have been pretty unlucky here in the lottery as we end up with the 6th overall pick. The Heat win the Darren Peterson, DeBanza, or Boozer sweepstakes. Damn, Boston's picking at 3. I was just hoping to have one pick there in the top 3. So that means Milwaukee's going to get our pick at 14. Not the end of the world for them. Could have been a lot worse. And Willie Green has 1 year left on his deal. We are going to fire him. Is James Borrego technically under contract? Yeah, I'm going to make him the new head coach of the Pelicans. We are going to give him a 4-year deal. I think he got an unfair shot in Charlotte a couple years ago. All right, so we're here the night of the 2026 NBA draft. Elijah Arenas out of USC would not be bad. Like, I'm fine with any of these guys in the top 6. I still think we can get a true difference maker. Do I trade Zion? Like, this would be the offseason to do it. I don't think I should prolong it anymore. Like, could I trade Zion Williamson to the Miami Heat for the #1 overall pick in the draft? I'm intrigued by it, honestly. Oh man, like you'd have Zion and Bam, and then you'd also have like Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, like that's something over there in Miami. Do I do this, or do I just try to win it with Zion Williamson on this team? I think I'm going to keep him. I don't think I'm going to trade him. What I am going to do is I think I'm going to trade away Herb Jones. I don't think I'm going to extend him. We're going to send him to Houston for a 2027 unprotected first and a swap best between Brooklyn and Houston in 27 as well. Could I also get the 17th overall pick in this draft? I would include Bruce Brown in this deal as well, and they are going to agree to that. So we are going to now have 2 first-round picks in this draft, and yeah, Herb Jones is no longer on the team. So the Heat with the #1 overall pick take AJ DeBanza out of BYU, Cam Boozer out of Duke. Number 3, we do have the Boston Celtics take Darren Peterson out of Kansas. Number 4, the Charlotte Hornets are going to select Caleb Wilson, I believe, out of UNC. Some of these schools are off. Chris Nack out of Houston goes 5. So on the clock here, I could take Elijah Arenas. Another guard. I mean, like, I don't know if he could be a 1. Could he be a 3? He is 6'7". Like, we do have VJ Edgecombe, but I think he's the best player available, and that's who I'm going to take here at number 6, the son of Gilbert Arenas, obviously. And I'm going to select Jasper Johnson here at number 17, the point guard out of Kentucky. I think is going to end up being maybe our guy post DeJounte Murray. And I must have missed it at the lottery, but we had another first-round pick there at number 27 from the Brandon Ingram trade. So, yeah, you got Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and the 27th overall pick for Brandon Ingram. Terrible deal. So, I'm going to take Drake Powell out of UNC, a really good defender at 6'6". He's actually going to be in the 2025 draft. He recently declared. I think this is a good class for us. So we're going to pick up the team option on Misi. Kind of shocking, Alvarado opted in. Makovic and Reeves, we will pick that up as well. Qualifying offers, we'll give it to Brandon Boston. Like, I don't think I'm going to bring back McCollum, to be honest with you. There's not really a lot of exciting names to add to this team with our, like, taxpayer exception. And I'm going to make this trade with the Denver Nuggets. We're going to take on Zeke Najee's like unfavorable contract at around $7 million this year and next year, but I'm going to get a first round pick for doing so. A 2027 lottery first. We're going to give them Jose Alvarado and Antonio Reeves. I'm also going to pick up Jonathan Mogbo here. We are going to renounce rights on CJ McCollum and end of an era. Could have had Josh Hart on this team, right? And I'm going to bring back Olynyk as well on a 1-year deal. So let's do all of that. Looking at the team right now, I also don't think we're going to be great next year. But Murray's contract, I think 2K has it as a team option. I believe it's a player option. I'll double check it, but that's going to turn into an expiring one. I think we're still going to try to find a long-term answer at the 5, and we're going to hope that this 2026 draft class can improve over time as well. All right, so player progression. Zion is up to a 93. DeJounte's at an 85. Misi's an 83. Edgecombe is up to an 82. I'm really excited about him this year. Boston's up to an 80. All right, so contract extensions here. DeJounte, yeah, like we're not going to pick him up on that. I will give Zion a new extension. We're going to try to make him a Pelican for life. We're going to try to have him turn this franchise around too and reward us for being patient with him and not trading him at all and still believing in him to be the franchise guy when they traded away Anthony Davis in 2019 to draft Zion, and we gave him basically a supermax type deal because he ended up on an all-NBA team. So I'm excited about this team this year though. I think there's still a lot of exciting names. I think this is a big year for Trey Murphy. If we don't see linear improvement, there is a chance that Murray could be moved next offseason. But I think for this year, we're going to go 20 minutes to Wagner. Let's go 28 to Misi, 35 to Zion. I want to play Murphy a ton. Edgecombe is going to start this year, which is exciting. I don't even know if Mogbo is going to crack the rotation, but I wanted to take a chance on him because I do want Elijah Arenas to get like 22 minutes a night off the bench. I do want Jordan Hawkins to play. I also want Jasper Johnson to play as well. If Boston or Mogbo does not shoot the ball well, they are going to get probably stripped from the rotation. We are now under James Borrego. We have 3 home games to start off the year, and we end up going 1-2. I do believe we own the rights to our draft pick in the 2027 draft. So, God forbid we do end up stinking it up this year. Yeah, our pick is still a swap best with the Bucks. So, hey, we could be good. The Bucks could be bad, and I can have another top pick in this draft. All right, so we are 28 and 23 at the deadline, a similar record to where we were last year. We are the 6th seed in the Western Conference with a 1.7 point differential. Top 5 team offensively in the West. The defense, not terrible. It could definitely be a little bit better. Here are the stats so far with Zion averaging 23 points. Murphy, maybe not taking the steps that I would have liked him to. DeJounte Murray's been fine. I actually think it will be a movable asset in the offseason. To be honest with you, I think he could opt out of the deal if we wanted to just like let him sign elsewhere. Edgecombe turning into a really good connecting piece. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.2 steals, 50, 40, 90 splits. There's Elijah Arenas shooting 36% from 3 as a rookie. I don't know if he's going to be a good enough like playmaker to be a point guard, but there's something there. Jordan Hawkins having a good shooting season. Mo Wagner's been a fine backup center. Yves Missi been a fine starting center. It's just like fine. There's Jasper Johnson and Jonathan Mogbo also getting minutes. And I'm actually going to trade him to the Golden State Warriors, speaking of Jonathan Mogbo, for Delano Banton and a 2029 unprotected first-round pick. So I got about 10 more minutes to go with. I'm going to give Karl Matkovic some minutes here, and then I don't think I'm going to play Brandon Boston, who I may actually look to trade. Going to go a little bit more to these guys, and then about 3 more minutes, I'm going to play, I think, Murphy about 35 minutes a night. I want to see what he can do still. And the Boston Celtics really want to add Boston. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to do this trade. I'm going to get Ben Seraph, 27th overall pick, hasn't played a minute in the NBA, but I'm going to get Boston's 2031 unprotected pick. Brandon Boston does have like some shooting ability, still 25 years old, 6'6", and Boston is going to go to Boston. I don't think Seraph is really going to have a big future on our team because of Jasper Johnson. All right, so Anthony Edwards wins MVP. Cameron Boozer is your rookie of the year. Kasperi Shakuchonis, who was the 8th overall pick, is your 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy, Edgecombe most improved. There we go. I hate it going to sophomores, but I'll take it when it's on my team, right? Zion Williamson, All-NBA third team yet again. Hopefully we can just create more offensive looks for him next year. Elijah Arenas on All-Rookie first team and Jasper Johnson on All-Rookie second team. I'm just not sure why Zion isn't getting more shots up per game, because his shot tendency is a 99 and his touch tendency is a 99 as well. We don't really have like a true backup power forward. So the Spurs are our opponent in round number 1. They do have Kevin Durant. They brought him to Texas. Nikola Vucevic is on this team as well. Zion's averaging 22 and 7 this year. There's Trey Murphy, 16 points a night. Murray, Elijah Arenas was pretty good for us, the 6th overall pick, and I'm excited to see if we could pull off an upset. Can James Borrego get a playoff series victory? DeJounte Murray against his former team as well. Like, why is Zion only taking 9 shots? I mean, it has to be the system. It has to be. If I reverted from perimeter centric, which is, I guess, wants quicker shots for perimeter players, and that's not what Zion is. I mean, we can go to post-centric and try. Let's see how many shots Zion gets in post-centric. We do lose game 2 by 20. I know how smart it is to completely change your offensive playbook in the playoffs. Zion got 16 shots here, so this is going to definitely try to maximize Zion's offensive potential. We do go down 3-0. I mean, I expected to lose to the Spurs with this team. Zion took 16 shots here. And are we going to get swept? Can we at least win 1 game? Damn, we got swept. We ended up losing by 19. Zion took 15 shots here, went 5 of 15. Okay, maybe not the playoff series I really wanted, but I do think we're heading in the right direction. Make it to the playoffs for the first time since 2022, even though Hawkins and Edgecombe really struggled in this series. I mean, same with Trey Murphy. And then you got Wemby and Dylan Harper as your conference finals MVPs. You got the Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan Bowl here, and these Spurs end up winning in 5. Wemby goes back-to-back, so yeah, they are just dominating, and that's a team we're going to have to get through in the Western Conference. There goes KD, Steph, Paul George, Vucevic, Jimmy, Draymond, Chris Middleton, a loaded retirement class right there. KD, Steph, and Paul George end up going to the Hall of Fame. We know Draymond and Jimmy would go as well. All right, so here we go with the draft lottery. Let's see what happens here as we own Phoenix's pick. Shout out to the Herb Jones trade. And where did Milwaukee? Okay, so Milwaukee's there at 11. I mean, I'm not sure where the swapping is going to go exactly, so let's find out where we're selecting. So we are going to be picking at 9 and 11 in this draft. I think the Hawks are going to get like yeah, I think they get our pick there at 24 from the Dyson Daniels deal. So we have 9, 11, and 19 in this draft, and 22 via Detroit. Kind of really don't remember when I got that Detroit first round pick, but I'm going to take it either way. So we have we have 4 first round picks. I don't plan on making all those selections. We got year 2 James Borrego on the way. I mean, I would love to get Tyrone Stokes, but he's not going to fall to me there. Unless we could pull off a trade for number 1, which is owned by the Charlotte Hornets. So let's see if we can maybe make a big move here to move up to number 1. So Charlotte, let's see. I don't even know if they would take Tyrone Stokes number 1 overall, but that is a player I am targeting. So I would want the number 1 pick. They also have the 8th overall pick. I would give you Trey Murphy. Really? You have no money to spend because you're paying Mark Williams. You're paying Nick Smith $23 million. Really? All right, so it's going to be really tough to get the number 1 overall pick involving Trey Murphy. That's what I was going to do. Unless I can do 9, 11, 19, and Mo Wagner for number 1. They're not taking that. Could I somehow get Daniel Gafford, Derek Whitehead, and a future first-round pick for Trey Murphy? No, not real. So I think I'm going to make my selections, and then we can look to make a move later on. Tyron Stokes goes number 1. Hugo number 2. Philly at 3 takes Brandon McCoy. And we are making a trade for our starting center next year. Mo Wagner is going to the Thunder, as well as 19, whatever it was, 22, and a future second-rounder for Isaiah Hartenstein and the 2028 swap best here with the Dallas Mavericks and the OKC Thunder. I get to keep 9 and 11, and Hartenstein is going to be in that front court with Zion Williamson. We're going to take 6'11" Elijah Williams out of high school here, just because he hasn't really committed with the 9th overall pick. Boston at number 10 is going to select Jordan Smith out of Zona, and then I'm also going to take Taj Ariza out of Arizona as well. So we got some more perimeter players. I know we have a bunch. So Williams and Ariza, we're going to pick up those options. Murray, I mean, so it's really a player option. I feel like he would opt out. I don't know, though. It's really debatable. So Zeke Naji's going to obviously opt in. We have Ben Seraph. We have Edgecombe and Misi coming back. Like, what do I want to do with Murray? I think I'm going to let him walk and say he would opt out of that player option. Like, he's been a good player, and he's probably going to look for a longer-term deal with more guaranteed money. I thought we were going to have some cap space this offseason. That is not going to be the case, and I don't think I'm going to work out a new extension with Murray. We could. I don't really want to, though. All right, could I somehow move Trey Murphy to the Eastern Conference for 3 first-round picks next year? This is a aggressive deal, but I would also throw in some other guys as well. I would like to keep Drake Powell. I think I would throw in Ben Seraph. Murphy and Seraph for 3 first-round picks next year. Immediate return, a Philly unprotected, swap best between the New York teams, and then the Wizards and Suns from, I guess, the Beal trade. They're going to say no. I don't also mind trimming some of the roster. Like, do you like Zeke Naji? Okay, you can't afford Zeke Naji. Do you like Drake Powell? Okay, that got it done. That's fine with me, because I think at least one of those picks could be like a blue chip pick in the draft. And yeah, end of an era. Trey Murphy is no longer on the team. I mean, we're going into next year's season with Jasper Johnson at the 1. We have plethora of wings, even though we just moved on from Murphy. We have Zion at the 4. We're going to have Misi and Hartenstein in the front court. I think I may try to add, like, we have some money. I mean, I don't want to pay $28 million to Tari Eason, but we could welcome back Herb Jones. I think I may end up signing one of these guys, but I may wait till after moratorium. I think I'm going to renounce the rights on Murray. We're going to move in a different direction. I don't really need that trade exception. I think the only person I could bring back is Markovic. So Markovic actually got $7 million a year from the Bulls. I don't think he's going to crack the rotation next year, so I'm actually going to let him sign with Chicago. I had my eye on Reed Shepherd or AJ Mitchell, and I think I'm going to offer Reed Shepherd a deal on the final day of free agency here. I mean, there's Randall, there's Sohan, there's Walker. I don't really think I'm going to go after any of those guys. RJ Barrett is intriguing. I could somehow afford him. I actually do have $35 million in cap space. Wow. I don't know if Jabari Smith Jr. would make sense on this team, but I'm going to give Reed Shepherd, I think, a 2-year deal with a team option. So we could pick it up next year as well, and I think that's worth it. So here's player progression. Zion, I'm asking one more year, and then hopefully next year we can have these assets progress. We can have money freed up. We can have all those draft picks, and we can really build a contending roster in probably 2029. Because if we look, can I see my draft picks right now? Next year in 2028, we have 3, 4, 5 first-round picks, and 3 of them are swap best, and an unprotected Sixers pick, which had some value. 29, I own my pick. I own Golden State's pick. And yeah, we have a decent amount of draft capital going forward. And like the only free agent I have next year is Yves Misi, and I think I'm okay. Like if we lose Yves Misi, it's not the end of the world. All right, so this is going to be the team, and I'm excited about it. Johnson, Edgecombe, Arenas, Zion, and Hartenstein, starting 5, with Misi, Elijah Williams, Jordan Hawkins, Reed Shepherd, and Taz Ariza off the bench. So like everybody that's important on this team is getting minutes. I think we're just gonna go to balance right now. We start off the season, Golden State and OKC, a pretty tough start. And we go 0-2 to start off the year, which is fine still. But when is our first win going to come? Is it going to be against Washington? Yes. 146-141. I'll take it. All right, so we are 32-20 right now. We are the 3 seed in the Western Conference with a 5.3 point differential. So maybe we're going to do something this year. And then I still think we're set up for the long term. Like, I didn't want to put so much investment into like the Murphy and Herb Jones and Zion core if it really wasn't going to do well then. But I like the assets we've accumulated. And this is just year 3 of Edgecombe. So like, I'm still getting him on a bargain of his rookie deal. And he's putting up 15, 5, and 7. Maybe Edgecombe is the starting point guard in the playoffs. But Jasper Johnson's been a nice spark plug off the bench. I think he's a little bit like Rob Dillingham-esque. Jordan Hawkins, he's still been here from the start. He's an elite shooter. I mean, Shepherd making $14 million is a lot, but he's been good. 48 from the field, 41 from 3, 91 from the free throw line. Hartenstein still in his prime at 29 years old, making $15 million. And in the year 2028, like $15 million for a good starting center is great. I'm thinking about moving Yves Missi. I don't know if that's too big brain, but I don't even know if he would get like a monster deal in free agency. But I guarantee you, if I look to see like what he is asking for, I can't even see it, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of money. I'm actually going to just give Zeke Naji a minimum contract, so it's an asset I could potentially move on draft night. So I actually think I'm going to make a little bit of a lineup adjustment. We're going to start Edgecombe at the 1, and I think I like Jasper as the 6th man. So let's get, I think, Jordan Hawkins in at the 2. Jasper can get around 23 minutes a night, and let's give Hawkins around 22. All right, so Wemby ends up winning MVP. Tyron Stokes is your Rookie of the Year in Charlotte. There's Dame, Wemby, Most Improved is Koa Pete, and Coach of the Year is Greg Popovich. Luke signed with the Wizards. Okay. Cool, I guess. Cooper Flag's there on the Jazz. Giannis, MVP, or All-NBA second team with the Warriors. There's Ace Bailey. Okay, yeah, Giannis signing with the Warriors is kind of crazy. And Ace Bailey, shout out to the Kings finding their next star. So we did not get Zion an All-NBA team for the first time in a few years. Ariza, All-Rookie second team. And Elijah Williams, All-Rookie first team. I'm excited about him. We ended the year as the 2 seed, so we are right there. We ended up going 54-28, just 3 games worse than San Antonio. We had the tiebreaker over Sacramento, a 6.8 point differential. We were the second best offensive team in the West. And a top 6 defensive team in the West as well. And I'm excited to see, like, point guard Edgecombe, man. 7.3 assists, 37 from 3, 2.3 turnovers. I did not expect that, but I am very thrilled about it. And him and Arenas, I think, could be a legitimate, like, star-studded backcourt. There's Zion. There's Jasper Johnson as a good 6-man, 50, 40, 90 splits. Hartenstein is the starting 5. So for the playoffs, do I want to trim down the rotation? I don't think I'm going to play Taj. Just not needed. I think Reed can get around 15 minutes a night. Same with Williams. Jasper 23 is fine. I might get more minutes in there. Hawkins 28. Let's go 37 to Edgecombe. Let's go 37 to Zion. And let's go 37 to Elijah. So we're taking on the Timberwolves. The last time the Pelicans won a playoff series, what was it, 2018 against the Blazers? Like, it's been a minute. We do win game 1, 126-112. Hartenstein put up 22. Game 2 ends up going to New Orleans. 37 for Zion, trying to beat out that other number 1 overall pick, Anthony Edwards. They have Jeremiah Fears. They have Rob Dillingham. Is this Chris or Keegan? It's probably Keegan, right? Yeah, they got Keegan Murray there. Gobert is still there. I think they have Justin Edwards as well. They beat us in game number 3. So every home team has won so far. They beat us in game number 4. Okay. Anthony Edwards at 34. Zion with 24. Elijah with 21. 6 of 18 from the field. We win game 5, 122-112. 36 for Zion. 23, 9-9 for Elijah. And we're going to a game 7. They blow us out in game number 6. Elijah with 30, but it was not enough. And here we go. Game number 7 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can we pull off the upset? Or not the upset, but just don't blow this lead here. That's what I really meant to say. And I think they'd be pulling off the upset, honestly. We're up by 15. All right, we're going to be just fine. We end up winning 136-123. Zion with 27. Hartenstein with 25 and 10. Wow, from iHeart. And we are in the conference semifinals. Taking on the Warriors. No longer have Steph Curry, but they do have Giannis Antetokounmpo. And here we go. Game number 1 goes to the Pelicans, 120-119. 28 for Elijah, 20 for Zion, 14 for Reed Shepherd. On to game number 2, goes to the Pelicans, 138-126. Jordan Hawkins hit 12 free throws. Elijah Arenas, 25 and 11. On to game 3, they win. So every home team has won so far. They just beat us by 36 points. Game 4 goes to the Pelicans. Okay, what a defensive fourth quarter there. Wow, what a comeback. I'd be pissed. I would be livid. That is embarrassing for the Warriors. And we are going to win it in 5. We ended up winning game 5 by 8 points. And we got the 1 seed versus the 2 seed in the Western Conference Finals. You have the 5 seeded Pacers versus the 6 seeded Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. But this is what I'm talking about. All right, game number 1, we do end up losing to San Antonio, 137-120. All right, 19 there for Zion. Game number 2 goes to the Pelicans, 131-113. 25 for Zion, 23 for Edgecombe, 20 for Jasper Johnson. Game 3 goes to the Spurs. Not great. Game number 4 ends up going to the Pelicans. 138-110. Zion, 25, 14, and 8. He's a playoff riser right now, playing some of the best basketball of his career. And then we ended up losing by 5 in game 5. Can we force a game 6? Nope. But honestly, if you would have told me preseason conference finals is where you would end up, I would 100% take that. And in the conference finals, like, we didn't play the best basketball, but we should be getting better with internal development and external development this offseason. You have a rematch of the 2013 and 14 finals, and it's more of the result of the 14 finals. Wemby is your finals MVP. Damian Lillard, Jonas, Hardaway Jr., and Boucher all end up retiring, so definitely a lackluster class there. Spoelstra loses the NBA Finals and retires. Damian Lillard ends up in the Hall of Fame. And look at that. Look at that. 4 projected lottery picks. 4. 3 of them being from that Trey Murphy trade. Oh my God. All right, and then we have that pick at 4. I forgot who I traded OKC. I think that was in the Hartenstein deal. Wow. Just please give me number 1. Please. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We get 1, 4, 9, 11 in this draft and 29. That's huge, man. Conference finals, and you get the number 1 overall pick. So this is an auto-generated one. I am praying that there is like a generational guy in this class. It's usually like that center. Okay, but John Mullen looks pretty good. All right, so we're here the night of the 2028 NBA draft. We have so many draft picks. I think John Mullen is the easiest pick here. His floor is Donovan Mitchell. His ceiling is Dwayne Wade. Yeah, that's like a clear 1-1. Brian Aldridge looks pretty good, but he's 23 years old. And like, we're gonna have so many good guards on this team. Like, so many. And Hawkins is under a great contract right now for what he was able to provide us. I mean, how poetic would it be to have Anthony Davis on the team, coming back to New Orleans and getting the 2nd ring of his career if we can win it all? I'm intrigued about this. I am. 4-9 Hartenstein for AD and Derek Lively. So say I lose Yves Missi, like this is a pretty good duo. I think I would play AD at the small ball 5. He's not the player he used to be, but I'm intrigued about this deal, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. So I'm going to keep the number 1 overall. I'm sorry, Hartenstein, to move you. You were really good for us. But yeah, I'm going to do this blockbuster trade. Anthony Davis and Derek Lively, welcome to the Pelicans. I keep number 1, and that's going to be John Mullen, the 6'6 guard out of Tennessee. So Rick Barnes was finally able to produce somebody that could live up to maybe Kevin Durant type as a prospect. That's why Nate Ament, I believe, chose Tennessee. And I'm going to take a Boomer Tyler here out of Australia with the 11th pick. And yeah, John Mullen looks pretty good. We also got Courtney Murphy there out of USC at 29. Arenas, Edgecombe, Shepard, and Jasper Johnson. We are going to pick up those options. Misi, I will be giving the qualifying offer to. So yeah, he wants 28 million. That is not happening for me. We are going to renounce the rights on most of these guys. But yeah, we'll see if he gets a deal from a different team. I don't know if he will. Booker's a free agent. He doesn't have any offers right now, which, I mean, with that asking price, I'm not surprised. Nobody has really switched up here. RJ Barrett goes to the Warriors. All right, so yeah, Misi's not going to get a deal, so we're going to get him back on the qualifying offer, which is fine with me. And this is a really good team. Like, we have 390 overalls. I'm excited to have Anthony Davis on the team, and this is just a very deep roster. So let's lock up VJ Edgecombe on a 3-year extension over $120 million. And then, yeah, now that we just drafted like a shooting guard with the number 1 overall pick, like Jordan Hawkins would either get traded next offseason or we just let him walk in free agency. Like, this is a deep roster. This is actually a stacked roster right now. And obviously, we're not going to get like an elite Anthony Davis year, and we don't have many years left of him in the NBA, but I think it would be kind of poetic if we're able to win it all with Zion and Anthony Davis here in 2029. All right, so we're gonna have to, I think, make some tough decisions with the rotation. I want to go 80 at the 5, Zion at the 4. I think we're gonna go Elijah at the 3. We're gonna go Edgecombe at the 1, and then I'm gonna play the number 1 overall pick, John Mullen. He was the number 1 overall pick. So we have actually 3 number 1 overall picks on this team with Zion, AD, and Mullen. So Lively is going to probably get like 20 minutes a night. Hawkins, 15 is fine. Shepard, 15 is also fine. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to play Misi that much. Jasper Johnson's going to get like 20 minutes a night, something like that. And then, like, I got to get Elijah Williams in the rotation. I don't think I'm going to get Taj Ariza in the rotation. Like, he can get about 15 minutes a night. And then 13 more. Oh, this is tough. Because, I mean, AD can get like 28 minutes. It's 35-year-old AD. I want to see what some of these other guys can do. Like, I want to go 34 to Elijah, Zion, and Mullen. But I got to find a way to get at least like 10 more minutes to Mullen here. So maybe I'm not going to play Misi, which is kind of crazy, right? But yeah, we're going to go with these guys right now. We start off the season against the Timberwolves, Clippers, and the Pistons. And we start off the season 2-1. How is Anthony Davis looking so far? Like, if he puts up that this year, I'm cool with it. All right, so Wemby ends up getting MVP this year. Man, this has really been the rebuild for Wemby. I wonder if we do have to face them in the playoffs this year. Did that just say DeMarre Carroll? I think so. I skipped it too quickly. I can go back and see. Just got coach of the year for the Cavs. I don't know if that's actually like the DeMarre Carroll that played in the NBA, or there's just like an auto-generated coach named DeMarre Carroll. But that is DeMarre Carroll. All right. I didn't really get to see if it looked like him, but maybe that actually is. So shout out to DeMarre Carroll becoming an elite head coach in the NBA. Edgecombe got off to a rough shooting start, but finished the year with 8 assists, man. Like, that's incredible stuff. 13, 8, and 3 stocks tonight from AD. I'll take that for sure as my starting center. He's not the AD he used to be. Jasper Johnson, John Mullen, pretty good numbers. I actually may move Mullen to the bench for the playoffs. just because I want a little bit more consistent 3-point shooting here. So I think he's going to get like 18 minutes. Like, he's probably going to be a really good player one day, but just not now. I may get Jasper Johnson there as the starting shooting guard because he's really just an elite shooter. I don't know if I'm going to play Elijah Williams in the playoffs. I think it's going to be Lively, Mullen, Shepard, and Hawkins off the bench. We're going to go 35 to Edgecombe, 39 to Arenas, 38 to Zion, and we can go 34 to AD. We are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in round number 1, a team we did beat last year. And let's see if we're able to beat them and advance to round number 2 yet again. They actually won game 1, but then we ended up winning 4 in a row. Damn, I thought if I was going to have to play the Spurs in the playoffs, it was going to come in the conference finals, but no, we get them in round 2. Elijah Arenas really struggled in round 1. Same with VJ Edgecombe. Damn, that Minnesota Timberwolves defense shut down our guards. All right, so let's see what happens here against the Spurs, who have a really good team, and they have the best player in the NBA. Game number 1 goes to the Spurs, 114-120. All right, I don't know. I don't want to panic yet. Now I might panic. Okay, they win 115-106. I don't know if, like, AD has been, like, a positive player for us. Went 2 of 10 shooting the ball. Like, I mean, he was a plus in this game. Jasper Johnson, maybe 1 of 11 at the 2 spot. I don't know. Who do I play? Do I play Jordan Hawkins? Oh, my God. He's been terrible in the playoffs. I don't want to play Reed Shepard. Mullen's been pretty bad. Like, I actually have no idea who to put here at the shooting guard spot. Maybe I just go less minutes to Jasper. Maybe I just go, I think, less minutes to AD, and we can go more to Lively. And then I'll go a couple more. I don't even know, honestly. Maybe we'll go more to Reed Shepard. Can we not go down 3-0? Okay, we win game 3 by a lot. Zion dropped 33. Arenas 28. Game 4, damn it. We was 138-123. Hawkins had 23 points off the bench. Can we come back down 3-1? Can we? Please, damn it. We lose in 6. I think for the 2nd straight year to the Spurs, which is a damn shame. All right, so let's go here into the 2029 offseason. Garland and Wemby, actually, Wemby lost the series, but still got conference finals MVP to the Sacramento Kings, who won an NBA title. So shout out to the Kings getting their first ring. The Nets get the number 1 overall pick from the Knicks. We do not have any lottery picks this year. I own my pick at 28 and the Warriors pick there at 23, unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am. So, like, is this a time where I fire James Borrego and I hire... I think so. I think this is a little premature, but if I can land Ty Lue, if I can land one of these elite coaches that have won a title before, that I think can get us over the hump, I'm going to do it. I would have loved if, like, some other coaches were here, because I really just put all my eggs into that basket. Okay, of Ty Lue and Joe Mazzulla. Please tell me I get... God damn it, I didn't get either one of them. Oh my God, that sucks. All right, James Borrego, this is embarrassing, but we're basically just re-signing you. So we drafted Donnie Hanson and Randy Stevens here later in the first round. Yeah, I'm glad Mullen was in last year's draft. It looks like better than this year's draft. And I do think we're going to lose Yves Missi in free agency, which is fine. He is unrestricted and he doesn't want to come back. I'm going to bring back Reed Shepard, though, on a 2-year deal worth $41 million. And thankfully, Anthony Davis also didn't retire this offseason either. So Zion's a 93, Elijah's a 92, AD's a 91, Mullen is an 88 overall. So I don't know if I'm playing Edgecombe and Arenas out of position, but this is going to be the starting 5 with AD there at the 5. Honestly, for the regular season, yeah, we could do something like this: 20 minutes to Lively, 28 to AD. Let's go 20 to Williams, 25 to Jasper Johnson, 15 to Shepard, 15 to Hawkins. It'll be a 10-man rotation. Maybe it's going to be 11, because I got to play, I think, Taj Ariza a little bit more as well. All right, so Wemby wins MVP. He's currently, I guess, behind John Moran in Memphis. We got Coach of the Year, though. Shout out to James Borrego, who I fired, and then I kind of brought him back. It's something that maybe happens in, like, the NFL, where they're going to release somebody and then re-sign them, kind of like Khalil Mack to the Chargers. And we are the 1 seed. We won 68 games. We have a rematch of the 2022 playoffs in round 1 between us and the Suns, but now the seedings are reversed. Our leading scorer was Elijah Arenas. John Mullen was a lot better in year number 2. I did give AD a 2-year extension worth $40 million, which was maybe a little bit silly. And for the playoffs, I don't think I'm going to play Taj Ariza. I'm debating between not playing Shepard or Hawkins, and I don't think I'm going to play Hawkins. So this is what we're going to roll with. Shepard's going to get 10 minutes. I'm going to keep AD at 28. We're going to keep Lively at 20. Elijah Williams can get 20. Jasper Johnson each can get 22. All right, so Zion, you're going to get 37 minutes. Elijah, you're going to get 38. Edgecombe, you're going to get 34. And let's go 29 to Mullen. Edgecombe averaged 7.6 assists this year. Don't lose in round 1 to the Suns. Just don't, please. I will say this team is cursed if we do, and we are going to end up sweeping them. All right, good start. OKC and San Antonio on the bottom half of that bracket. Finally, we actually get rewarded, I would say, for being a 1 seed. Last year, we were, the 1 seed, and we got San Antonio in round 2, which was a horrible draw. So we're taking on the Jazz, who do have Cooper Flag, so I don't want to disrespect them. And wait, they have Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper? Did they? Okay, they signed Dylan Harper, yeah. He was in Toronto. Let's see what happens here. And we are going to win in 7. Oh my God. We won by 45 in game 7. We were down 3-2. We lost game 5 in overtime by 3. Zion went off. And then, yeah, we ended up winning 2 in a row. God damn, man, that is terrifying. I also was like, in my mind, they have so many former Duke players. Cooper Flag, Kyle Filipowski, Marvin Bagley's on this team as well. And we're taking on the Thunder in the conference finals. This team is so good. This team is so good. They actually beat Wemby and the Spurs. Let's see what happens. Game 1 goes to the Thunder. 2 to the Pelicans. 3 to the Pelicans. 4 to the Pelicans. Do not blow a 3-1 lead. Thank you. We win in 6. Elijah Arenas is your conference finals MVP. Man, this is a pretty tough path. Like beating Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper. Beating that sick Thunder team. Elijah Arenas is him. 27, 7.5, 5.5. Can we get Zion a championship? Taking on the 3-seeded Hornets. They have a sick team as well. Oh my God, their team is stacked. Oh my God. They actually may be better than the Thunder. They win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. They win game 4. We win game 5. Please, let's go. Oh my God, I was so scared that we were going to go to a game 7. Zion Williamson is your finals MVP. That is kind of poetic. I just won a championship in New Orleans with never trading Zion, with bringing back Anthony Davis, and having like a sick young core around those group, or around those players is what I meant to say. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this Pelicans rebuild. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think the Pelicans should do this offseason. Should they trade Zion Williamson? Do you think Joe Dumars is going to do that? Or do you think they're going to just try to be healthier next year and think they can make the play-in tournament or the playoffs with that roster? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.